This is what's frustrating. Everybody goes, "Oh, look, we're going to do this business course. Start with your values." And you're supposed to go, "Okay." And yeah, I'm going to start with my values. And I write down like the five things that I think values, integrity, communication, trust, uh, you know, and it never goes past that. And that's the kind of shit that you literally will put on your own website. It's fucking integrity and trust and communication, and we care. And it's like, great. You've said exactly the same thing that everybody else said. But inside, you have buckets, piles, like the Olympic sized swimming pools full of value that's not being articulated until we start to familiarize ourselves with the stories that run internally. It's really hard, at least I found, it's really hard to get to the heart set stuff. It's really hard to start tapping into the beliefs and the value side of things. But if you try to
Hmm.
say the word integrity, it's like, what the fuck does that mean? It means anything to anybody, right? The only way, excuse me, that you can define your own version of integrity is by coming at it from this root level and kind of explaining your way up to what that means to you, how you experience that on a daily basis, and then what you do to bring that belief out into the world. And it's so fluid when you can like bring this stuff. It changes the conversations immediately. It's unbelievable because people aren't expecting it because everyone expects the same old shit. It's kind of magic. It's changing my conversations like I just can't even believe. And I'm finding that I'm working with more aligned people and I'm getting better results because of it. And I'm not doing anything differently. I just took a minute to go, wait, what really matters? What is the fucking stories running in my brain constantly? Because they are. We communicate with ourselves, we communicate externally, we communicate nonstop. And taking the time to dig into that stuff is how we get to communicate our skill set differently. I'm not a photographer. And see, when you can start to say shit like that without being goofy or weird or like, I help people translate their identity through the camera out to the people that matter most. I'm not talking about photography anymore. It's coming from a deeper place that's going to go to a deeper place in the person I'm speaking to. It's more heart to heart stuff. It's not creating images. It's curating an expression. And see that just that alone right there, creating images, that's your current skill set list, right? Curating an expression, now that's what I really do, right? That's not what I really, really do because there's an infinite level layers. There's infinite layers you can take that. There is no end to the depth and the nuance to which you can express, but it just comes out now because I've taken that time to where the skill set comes out differently. The cool thing is all of this comes from the portrait process and all of the struggles that I've had in getting people into an embodied expression of themselves and their highest form of what they really want to bring to the world. It's forced me to think about this stuff and look at this stuff and try to find another way to get to it. Because too many people show up and just hope that I'm going to make some magic. And I can, but it's just my interpretation. It's just my version. And I prefer people to have a bit more ownership of their own expression.